Welcome to the Enhancement Challenge Podcast.
Any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance.
You're only half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do.
What?
You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son.
What?
I'm not burning with you.
Give me a hell yeah.
We are back and better than ever. Welcome to the Enhancement Talent Podcast, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. We appreciate you stopping by. I am your host, Brock Fluker, and I am joined by Chris Kirby.
Hello.
So, what are we going to do today?
Well, I figure we do what we do every week and just go over wrestling.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I don't really know what to.
And
what to
come
really
on, it's
do,
both
though.
our days off. We're both being lazy. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just go right into Raw.
Might as well. We'll do our predictions for Chamber afterwards.
That's right. Elimination Chamber predictions after this
Yeah, we'll
for
do
this Sunday.
We'll get to them after SmackDown.
Yeah. So let's see. We had Raw open with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H,
Oh yeah, I can see where this is going.
the Authority.
Yeah.
Even though we were told that we were the Authority.
Yeah, if we're the Authority, how come none of our crap matters?
Yeah, so they show what happened with Becky last week and how Becky punched Stephanie and slapped Triple H and all that nonsense. And Stephanie says that Becky did see doctors earlier this week, and after that is when Becky comes out, and Triple H says that Becky saw her own doctors, but they confirmed with WWE's doctors that she will be able to compete by WrestleMania.
Yes.
But the catch they throw in here is that they will only allow Becky to compete if she apologizes.
Man, why do they keep adding crap? First it was, all you have to do is see your doctor. Just go see the doctor. And now it's, oh, you saw the doctor. Now you have to apologize.
And now you have to jump through a flaming hula hoop landing in a
Pile of red tape.
and then you have to find the needle in the haystack and retrieve it and bring it back to us, and then we'll allow you in the match.
Yeah. That just ticked me off when they did that.
Well, that's a typical WWE angle, isn't it?
Well, it is. And I think that's why it ticked me off, because they can't come up with anything.
Yeah. I've seen this whole you must apologize to the Authority or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Becky refuses this, and Triple H gives her until the end of the night to apologize. So throughout the night, the hook we have, and if you pay attention, you know that most weeks there's a hook that they put for like a main event match or a segment or whatever, and their goal is to get something that you'll want to see by the end of the show so that you stick around for the whole show.
Because, I mean, we know that viewership drops after that second hour.
Yes.
So they have to do something to keep you to stay.
Yes, so their hook was, will Becky Lynch apologize?
And honestly, I don't think it was much of a hook to keep people there. Of course, it kept me there, it kept you there, but for the average person, I don't think it would be enough to keep them there.
And judging by the ratings, there was still the same significant drop that there always is.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's WWE. You know what's going to happen. First of the show, she's got till the end of the night to say she's sorry. All you got to do is tune in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was our ongoing theme throughout the night, and Becky would be approached by
everybody.
Yeah. Rousey, Finn Balor, Alexa Bliss told her that she shouldn't apologize.
Yeah.
Which was funny, I guess.
But in a way, I mean, it's kind of... Becky had a good point. She was just trying to take her spot.
Well, yeah, that was...
Which is good. I mean, they're still playing it along even though it's not a part of it.
Right. Yeah. So after this, we had a triple threat tag match.
Imagine that.
With each of the teams from Raw in the Elimination Chamber match.
The women's, of course.
Yeah. And the stipulation they threw on was that whoever gets pinned will enter last. Or enter first, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think every one of these teams are idiots because all I would do is tag out and then just freaking leave.
Yeah.
Go to the back. You gotta do nothing.
We'll get to it, but I'd do what the Iconics did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do.
But they were still out there. They should have just left.
I would have stayed out there too, because I was in the match. But
well, they can just leave. They're still in the match. They can't get counted out.
No, but this way my face is on TV. But I just wouldn't.
I don't get why they... Well, I guess because they were going to do this both weeks, but like what they did with the gauntlet match was if you win, you get the last spot.
Yeah. So
I don't know why they didn't do something like that here.
Because they couldn't? Because you got Raw women's tags and SmackDown women's tags.
Well, maybe one would get last and one would get second to last. I don't know.
I mean, it could be, whoever won the match could have been the last Raw team in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. So Sasha gets attacked early.
By Ruby Riott, who's not even in the damn match.
Well, the ref wasn't looking at that, though, right?
He saw it. You can see it in the background. The ref is looking right at her.
I thought she just pulled her off the apron, and that was it. And then
when she pushed her into the barricade?
Yeah.
That's when the ref saw it.
Okay.
I don't think he saw her pull her off, but the last shot that technically hurt her shoulder again.
Yeah, but it was Liv and Sarah that did that part, wasn't it?
Well, I got here that Ruby Riott attacked Banks in front of the ref.
I thought it was like Liv threw her into the barricade and then Morgan hit her with the running knee.
Okay, this might have been before that then.
I don't know.
But
I remember she pulled her off the apron. But
she's not in the match. Why is she making contact? We've been discussing this over the last few weeks with this new rule that is in effect for certain people but not others. And I know it's a triple threat. And if that's the case, she needs to be in her corner and stay in her corner. Like a triple threat valet should. She doesn't need to be roaming the ring. She's not in the match. Get her ass out of there.
Well, nonetheless, I don't remember what exactly happened. I know for sure if she pulled her off the apron. But I don't remember if she was the one that threw her into the barricade or not.
Yeah, I'd have to go rewatch it, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, exactly. So after that attack, whoever did it, Banks was taken to the back by medical personnel.
Now, she again really wasn't cleared to wrestle.
Yeah.
Which, why would you even do this if they're not even cleared to wrestle? It's just an insult to the fans. We're going to show you her, but we're not going to let her in the ring.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, how come other people have to sit on the sidelines until they're fully cleared to medically to be in the ring, but yet she can actually get attacked?
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, they did, like, 2 moves to her, I guess.
Well, yeah, but to the barricade is a big move.
Yeah.
Especially to an injured shoulder, supposedly.
Yeah. But apparently she will be able to wrestle by the chamber.
And I see where it's going. They're setting it up for Bayley and Sasha to be the underdogs.
Yeah.
Because, now
Sasha's injured. And
now they're the last in, or the first in.
Yeah.
So they're going to set them up to be the underdogs.
Yeah. And, yeah, so Bayley's on her own now, and she gets some hope spots in, but eventually she gets put away by Nia Jax with the Samoan drop.
Yeah.
And so Bayley and Sasha will have to be in the ring first.
Yep. Which is fine. I mean, I had a feeling they were going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're the fan favorites for Raw.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. I'm sure that they'll get worked over for most of that match, and then they'll have their comeback, and
Yep.
maybe Bayley will be the one that, like, picks up the slack for Sasha because she's injured.
Or maybe Bayley gets payback and just says screw it and lets them beat up on Sasha for not being in the ring the past 2 weeks.
Well, you could go back further than that with everything else. That's
Well, yeah, but I was just going, for the past couple weeks.
Like last year, in fact, in the same chamber match.
Yeah.
When Sasha kicked Bayley off the freaking pod.
Yep.
For no reason.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see him going either way, really, because it would make sense either way.
Yeah, I don't see them doing a turn at this point.
Well, no, because they need the teams.
Yeah.
But it'd be...
Especially because of that.
They could also have more therapy.
No. Anything but that. So, this was strange what we had after this. We had Elias out.
Well, introduced.
Yeah, he gets introduced, and then he gets cut off by a
Commercial
pre-made video. No, he gets cut off by a Seth Rollins video package. First.
Yeah. That's
what he gets cut off by first. And then he got cut off by something else. There was some other video that they... It was... I think it was the Becky and Ronda backstage segment. Yeah. And they showed that, and then they went back to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias... And then the Lucha freaking house party.
But before Lucha even interrupted, as soon as they introduced him, they went to commercial.
Did they?
Yeah. And then after commercial, they introduced Lucha House Party.
Okay.
Which I thought was weird, that they actually went to commercial right then.
I don't even remember them going to commercial at that point.
Yeah, because I was just like, what the hell? I mean, they never do that to Elias.
Yeah.
Apparently, they don't want to walk with him today.
Well, that was the gimmick, was that he gets cut off every minute.
Yeah, and he did get cut off again by Lucha House Party, which was an interesting cut off, though.
And so, the Luchas lets Elias play his song, and, he does his whole heel shtick and whatever he said about the crowd and whatever. And so, the Lucha, I think Kalisto just said that he sucked.
Something like that.
Or that the crowd thinks he sucks. And so Elias was going around like, oh, you think you can do better? And so he gives Kalisto the guitar, and Kalisto gets up on his stool and strums a little bits of his guitar.
It didn't sound bad.
No. I mean,
I'm guessing he knows how to play at least some.
At least those
those couple chords,
like 3 seconds
that Elias taught him backstage.
Yeah, so then Elias just says, oh, well, you're pretty good. I mean, we could do a duet. Just let me get my other guitar.
That just happens to be standing right there in the corner.
Yeah. Convenience.
Yeah.
And then he smashes it off the back of Kalisto and then runs away from the other Luchas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to sit there either. I mean, you got 3-on-1 and hit and move.
Yeah. So, I think the only logical conclusion for this is another Lucha House Rules match.
No.
3-on-1 versus Elias.
The other two weren't even involved.
I bet you that will be the match next week.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. There's just no need for it. Elias versus Kalisto, I'm all for. But there's no reason for the other two to be in it. They didn't even have a banjo, maracas, or nothing.
It'll be 3-on-1 with Renee on commentary saying how awesome this party is.
And then you'll hear Corey on the other side. This is so egregious.
This is egregious.
Making him go 3-on-1.
We got This is egregious on SmackDown.
Yes.
When Naomi and Carmella came out, because there were too many colors for Corey to handle.
Yeah. I wonder if he's colorblind and just ran together.
I would have liked it if he just said there should have been an epilepsy warning before this.
That's true, though.
So we have Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you one guess how this match ended.
I already know.
Lashley was on the outside, and so when Balor was getting ready to finish McIntyre with the coup de grace, Lashley pushed him off the top rope for the disqualification.
Yep.
And the heels attack Finn, but then Kurt Angle comes in and takes them all out.
Yeah.
And then Corbin comes in and takes Angle out, blindsides him. And then Braun comes in and takes everyone out. And the heels retreat, but they go to commercial and they come back.
We're in the middle of a match.
And it's a 6-man tag match.
How did I know that was going to happen?
Because
it's a go-home show.
Because you've heard Teddy Long make these matches enough to know what's going to happen.
I swear Teddy Long back there every week. Let's make it a tag team match. Every week.
Teddy's just back there. And in the main event, you will go one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Good old Teddy Long.
Teddy, Undertaker's not here, man. Yeah, so we get the 6-man tag match, which Bobby ends up pinning Finn with the Dominator, but Finn's foot was on the rope, but the ref didn't see it. So then another ref came down and told him, "Hey, mates, you missed his foot on the rope."
Yeah.
And then the other ref was like, "Oh shoot, I missed his foot on the rope. We got to restart the match."
Well, I mean, come on. I watched that part, and I rewatched it just to double-check before I said this. But Ray Charles has better vision than that ref.
See, the problem is that Kurt Hawkins isn't doing refereeing anymore.
I know.
He would have seen that easily.
He would have saw it before he came out. But, now, again, Lashley, not the legal man in this match. He was in the match, but not legal at the time. Entered the ring, struck the Angle, who was legal, and no disqualification.
Are you pointing out some inconsistencies?
Yeah, why is this shit rule in place when it's only there for a couple people?
Well, the thing is that they normally don't disqualify someone, but then they did last week.
Well, I mean, they can't not do it, then do it, then not do it, then do it, then not do it, then do it, just because.
Yes.
I mean, there's no point to have that rule when, hello, it happened right here in this match. And what happened? Nothing. So I think Strowman needs to go off on another limo of Vince McMahon's.
So the rest of the match is mostly Finn getting worked over. After Braun and Kurtz get taken out, I didn't even see how Kurt got taken out of this, but I know Braun got Claymored over the barricade again.
No, yeah, he was there for most of the match.
Yeah.
Like always.
For some reason, Kurt wasn't involved. I didn't even see what
I
happened.
didn't see what happened to him. I just noticed.
It might have been during a commercial.
Or his age just caught up to him and knees gave out or something. I don't know.
He was just napping.
Maybe his neck hurt.
Yeah, but eventually Braun does get up and he gets the hot tag and he hits the power slam on Lashley and tags in Finn to let him hit the coup de grace on Lashley and get the pin.
Yeah, but when Strowman ran around the world, as I call it,
yeah,
when he hit Lashley and Leo at the same time,
yes,
the belt that Leo was holding flew up in the air, and you can actually see it land on his head. And you can see Leo hold his head after he hits, so it hits him in the face.
I didn't even notice that.
It goes by quick. You'd have to pay attention. Yeah. I just happened to be looking on that side of the screen. It was just funny as hell.
Yeah. So, and this is during this match that they showed the graphic that the title match with Finn and Lashley will be a 2-on-1 handicap match with Rush tagging with Lashley, which is a good and bad for him because he has the man advantage, but at the same time, Finn could end up pinning Rush and getting the win that way.
Well, not just that, but Leo's going to be on the apron. He can't sneak up behind Balor and get him from behind.
Yeah.
So this way, Balor be able to know where he's at instead of looking all around.
Right.
So it might be to his advantage, even though it's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Although,
yeah, there's two ways they could do it. They can either have the numbers advantage win, or they could have Finn pin Leo.
Yeah, I don't see him
protect Lashley that way.
I mean, he could pin Lashley. I just don't see it happening.
Probably not. You probably liked this next bit. The Kevin Owens segment.
Why do you say I would like it?
Because there was bowling.
Bowling?
Yeah.
Because it was in a bowling alley. Yeah, I know. That bowling center looked familiar.
Yeah, so Kevin Owens has this segment in a bowling alley.
Which is cool, just kind of like everyday, nonchalant.
Yeah. And he says he's about a month away from returning.
Which is weird, because we saw the graphic, in November? that him and Sami Zayn were coming soon.
Was it that long ago?
It was either November or December.
Yeah, it was leading into like the Royal Rumble.
I know it was in 18.
So probably December.
If it was, it'd be the first part of December.
Yeah.
And here it is 3 months later, 2 months later, and still nothing. Now he says another month. So is it a set up for Fastlane next month?
I don't know.
Because I figured he'd have to come back either at Fastlane or the day after to set up something for Mania.
Yeah. If he's
going.
If he's even in Mania.
I mean,
so.
But he is a big draw though, so I can't see him leaving him out of Mania.
Yeah, he's a name.
Yeah, he's a big name who hasn't been around for a few months.
Yeah. So we'll see what they do with that. But after his promo, he goes to bowl and he puts it right in the gutter.
Hey man, I haven't seen a gutter ball that quick since I saw an 8-year-old bowl.
So Meltzer speculated on this.
What, that he needs bowling lessons?
No. So what he. And he did not report this. He speculated.
Okay.
So there is a difference.
Yes.
But he speculated that when Owens comes back, they might make him like the anti-Mr. Perfect because of that segment. Because, with the Mr. Perfect vignettes, he would do like the behind the head half-court shot and drain it and bowl the strike and do everything perfect.
Yeah.
But instead, Owens would do everything not perfect.
And it's funny because I read that they're going to turn him face.
That would be a face gimmick, I feel like, right?
I mean, it could be. Either way, I mean, Mr. Perfect was both face and heel.
Yeah.
And it worked. So, I mean, it could go either way.
I'm all for that, though, because I just don't feel like we have enough characters like that.
We don't anymore. I mean, the good gimmick characters like Big Boss Man, Mr. Perfect,
$1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man. I mean, we need some more of that. That's what drew people into wrestling was the characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's, Finn Balor, hey. I watched him back in the day when he wore his awesome face paint.
They don't they don't have characters, they just have monikers.
Yeah.
Like he's the extraordinary man that does extraordinary things.
Yeah. But I mean, I love the Big Boss Man. Always did. Even when he turned heel, I loved him.
Yeah.
But his gimmick was the best, I think. Or one of the best.
I go to $1 Million Man, and I just recently listened to the Something to Wrestle With podcast about his whole run in WWF at the time and the making of his character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and what Bruce Pritchard basically said on that was that the way that Vince wanted it was that it would be what Vince was if he was a wrestler.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And my favorite part of it was just them talking about the, like, when they first started doing the $1 Million Man, like, he would give people in the audience a chance to do something for money.
Yeah.
And so they had the segment with, like, the little kid, and all he had to do was dribble a basketball 10 times. Mm-hmm. And then he gets to 9, and he swipes it away.
Yeah.
If you don't do the job, you don't get the money.
Well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense about his character knowing that, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've seen McMahon long enough. I know, that's how he would be.
Yeah, that's one that you would enjoy listening to if you get around to that at some point.
Well, I might have to check that out one of these days when I'm working.
Yeah, it's a nice like 2.5 hours.
Give me something to listen to while I'm driving.
Just go on YouTube and scroll down to the first comment, and it'll tell you what time to skip to when the actually starts.
Oh, good.
Because, they got like 20 minutes of adverts in there.
Oh, so it's not like us.
No. Nobody's paying us, unfortunately. We had Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross.
First thing I wrote, I see Ruby winning just for momentum.
Yeah.
And what do you know?
Yeah, so...
There wasn't much to the match that I remember.
So, I guess Nikki Cross might already be lost.
I think they just threw her in some situations that she had no business being in.
Yeah.
Not this early moving up. They've already made her into a loser.
Right.
And she's only had, 3 matches?
Mm-hmm.
And she's already lost, all of them?
Well, she won her first match.
Okay, so she's lost 2 out of 3.
I don't remember the other match.
So she's on the same roll Kurt Hawkins was.
Yeah. I like Nikki, though.
I do.
All the little things that she does to enhance that character.
Yeah, God, yeah. I mean, I love it. It's just, I wish they'd use her more effectively.
Like, I would like... Because we're talking about the characters. Like, Nikki Cross has a character. But, like, what you do, though, is that you build on that. And, like, you give meaning to it. Like, if we knew more about, like, Nikki's actual backstory. And what led to her being like this.
Yeah. Kind of like the backstory of Kane and Undertaker. Undertaker set the house on fire, Kane was inside.
Yeah.
It gives, I mean, of course it's not real. But it gives it more depth to the character.
Yes, there you go.
Which, and I'll tell you what, before Kane took his mask off the first time, I really thought it was going to be hideous. I thought it was going to have stars and everything.
Yeah, it's weird how he ended up looking. Like,
well, yeah, I didn't realize the hair was attached.
Yeah.
That kind of messed me up.
It reminds me of the Greatest Royal Rumble where his mask fell off.
Oh.
And subsequently his hair fell off as well. We have Seth Rollins come out.
In a good promo, I thought.
Yeah, I really like this.
It must have been good if I listened to it.
Yeah, exactly. He reflects over the last year he's had, and then he talks about how he took 6 F5s a couple of weeks ago, and he's still hurting. And Paul Heyman interrupts, and he teases Lesnar coming out.
Which, if it wasn't advertised, you know he's not there.
Yeah.
I mean,
very, very seldomly.
I'm surprised they don't advertise him every week just to get the viewership. Really.
There have been at least like a couple times, though, where he comes up unannounced.
Well, it was probably on his way back home.
Back to Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he teases Lesnar coming out, and somehow people still fall for this when
I don't know how.
When you're there, I guess you just get caught up in it.
And that could be, I mean, we've both been to live events. I've actually seen Brock Lesnar in person.
I haven't.
It was before Heyman was with him, though.
Right.
So there was no hype man or anything.
Well, it was before Heyman was with him, or was it after they split?
It might have been after split. It was like...
Because I think he debuted with Heyman.
Because it was like 04, 05, something like that.
If I'm not mistaken,
maybe 06. But, I mean, last time I saw him, there was no Heyman, and he looks the exact same. He has not aged at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he really hasn't.
Yeah, it is fascinating.
I mean, if you go, he's getting bigger.
He's like 40, right?
Pretty close, or maybe even a couple years over.
Yeah.
But he gets bigger muscle-wise, but he does not, his body does not change. His face looks like the same 12-year-old in school.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. Yeah, so.
It's going to be a short show, it looks like, so we might as well go off the rails.
Yeah, exactly. Rollins tells Heyman that Brock has held this business hostage for 2 years.
Amen.
And Rollins will do whatever it takes to beat him. Says he will sell his soul to the devil and burn in hell if it means beating Brock Lesnar.
It's just a shame it's not happening Sunday.
Yeah. But we'll get to see it.
Yeah, we'll get to see it, but, I mean...
And that should be a fun match.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure it will be. It's going to be a loud match.
Yeah.
But as close as we're going to be to the ring, it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
I know, and it's coming so quick.
And I think this is the first time Seth and Brock have had a one-on-one match.
Yeah.
They've been involved in a couple triple threat matches.
And when him and Roman were at it, and Rollins cashed in.
Yeah.
And there was that, but I think it is the only one-on-one.
Yeah. So it'll complete the Shield singles matches against Brock. Now each one of them will have
lost. No, I hope not.
Yeah.
We want the Universal belt back.
Yeah.
We don't need it to go to Canada.
Canada. And, he ends it. Rollins ends it by saying that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
And then randomly, Dean Ambrose comes out.
But isn't that Heyman's line? Isn't that what he said about the streak?
That's what he said.
Every pay-per-view?
Yeah. It's what he said in this promo.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I must not have heard that.
Randomly, Dean Ambrose comes out after this.
Yeah.
And he simply tells Rollins, slay the beast.
And leaves.
Well, Rollins leaves because Ambrose he goes to the outside and sits in a chair or whatever.
He goes out to the timekeeper's area until Rollins leaves.
Yeah, so. But
that was just weird.
I don't know.
I mean, with all the hatred you have for this guy, you're going to go tell him good luck? Or, with everything going on with Ambrose, he just don't care.
Yeah, who knows?
Which could be, he just don't care.
It's a weird thing. I don't know if they have a plan or if this was a seed being planted for something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to go with that.
I can't really think of anything.
It's still kind of early, but at the same time, I mean, where else? Why would they announce it? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense to announce it months ahead of time.
Yeah.
Unless it's a setup.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't envision a Shield reunion, but...
Well, I mean, it's kind of impossible with Roman Reigns right now.
Well, at least with those two.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks because they were a good tag team. I like watching Ambrose and Rollins, but I guess that's over.
Well, this led to Ambrose versus EC3 again, and it was the same match they had last week, except this time they switched.
Yeah.
And Ambrose pinned EC3 with a roll-up.
Look, just a quick little roll-up. And I don't know if maybe EC3 was supposed to kick out and forgot.
I doubt it.
Or what, but both these matches were pathetic. And honestly, I mean, the way EC3 was promoted, like in NXT and then coming up, you'd think they wouldn't let him lose his second match.
Yeah.
But maybe they also heard everybody saying, well, they're just going to use Ambrose as a jobber, and who cares, and we don't like it.
Yeah,
so which way do you go?
Switched it on you. I don't know.
It was just weird.
I don't know if they're gonna have another match now.
Well, you know they will because they have to have the best 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
and then it'll be the best 3 out of 5.
Then you go to the Sheamus and Cesaro best of 7 series,
and then at WrestleMania 45, in 10 years from now, they're still gonna be going at
it. We had the Revival versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable for the tag team titles.
Yes.
And this was, I forgot that this was even going to happen because they never even mentioned, later tonight, this is going to happen.
Yeah, they announced it last week.
Yeah, but they didn't say it at all.
Huh.
And even last week, we were both well, is it going to happen next week or is it at the pay-per-view?
Yeah. We didn't know.
So, we got it here. And this was a good match.
There was more 2 counts in this match than any match in history. I swear to God.
Went through 2 commercials, and like you said, there were so many spots where the Revival almost get the win, but they're just that close.
Or vice versa. Even Bobby Roode and Gable had a couple 2 counts.
Yeah, I felt like it was setting up for the Revival to end up losing after getting all those top spots.
I really did too.
But eventually, the finish comes with Gable attempts crossbody, but
off the middle rope.
Yeah, but before that, there was a blind tag that Gable didn't see.
Yeah.
So he tries to do the crossbody, but he gets caught into the Shatter Machine, and the Revival get the pin, and they win the tag team title.
And there's nothing around it. It was a legit match. There was no interference about any kind, no referee problems, nothing. So nobody has a reason to complain.
Well, what the Revival have been doing on, they've been posting it on Twitter and they've been doing it on live events and all. Their campaign is follow the rules. And
that's what the FTR is on the shorts.
Well, it's that. Well, the trademark is Forever the Revival. But
okay.
But they use it for a lot of things.
Kind of like the WWE Walk with Elias.
Yeah. But follow the rules, like hold the tag rope, and
well, if the ref doesn't enforce the rules, it don't matter.
You get 5 seconds in the ring after the tag,
and you're only supposed to have one save per team.
Yes, and that's something that
now that's something I have seen them follow.
Yes, and that's I think it was Dash that tweeted like I dare anyone to find a match where we don't do all of that stuff.
And they're right. I mean, they are like the truest tag team. They're in the company right now. That actually goes by legit tag rules.
They're traditionalists.
Yeah, they're real tag team. They're not showboats. They're not this. They're in there to fight and follow the rules. They might bend the rules.
And then they'll cheat when they can.
They might bend the rules. But
that's part of what makes it cool.
Yeah.
Is because they're still the heels and they'll still cheat while telling you to follow the rules.
Because they're heels, they have to cheat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd just be another babyface team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like how they did it.
Yeah. I hope they do more on TV with that, with the follow the rules stuff.
That'd be cool. Because I had no idea about it.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Just...
What about us old folks that don't get on Twitter?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that was it before the last Becky Lynch thing, where she comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And Triple H and Stephanie come out. And Becky kind of gives like a quick, not so sincere apology.
Yeah.
I guess. But she did still say, "I'm sorry."
Yes.
Which I don't personally really care for. I would have rather that she refused to do it, and that's how they pulled her out of this match.
I mean, if they were going to pull her out anyway, I would have, which from what I've read was the plan long ago.
Yeah.
So I'd rather, don't apologize and just leave it at that. You're out.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and apologize and go through that crap and have McMahon, oh, you can't do it, but guess what? Ric Flair's daughter can. Because he paid me to let her in the match.
I think you're going to be surprised for me to tell you that I didn't hate this.
Have you lost your damn mind?
Well, let me clarify. It's not how I would have done it, personally, but I don't hate this.
Why?
Because...
You have to explain.
Because I can see where it's heading. And eventually, and let me just run through what happened, I guess.
I know where it's going, and that's why I'm so ticked off about it.
So, Ronda came out after that, and after Triple H and Stephanie said, okay, well, you have the match, but then Vince comes out shortly after.
Not even to his music, but Ronda's music was still playing.
Yeah.
And he walked out.
And as he's talking, his music started and then quickly stopped.
Oh, did I didn't even hear that.
Like it didn't. It was just the intro to it.
Oh, didn't even hear
for
it.
like a half a second.
Wow.
And so he tells Becky that she is suspended for 60 days, which would run past WrestleMania. And he announces her replacement, Charlotte Flair, who comes out, and she's a corporate Charlotte now, is what I'm calling her.
I believe that. Let's go with that.
And so the reason I don't hate this like a lot is because obviously eventually Becky's going to get back in the match. They're going to do the triple threat match that they've wanted, and I think it will add to what Becky has to overcome to get to the top spot, where she has to overcome Ronda and Charlotte, who is always in her shadow, always stomping her down at every chance. And it gets back to the Charlotte character that I like, where there's no gray area anymore. She's an all-in-out heel, which I think is what she's best at.
And I'll give you that, she is. But why can we never get a one-on-one match? Yeah. What is it? Why do we have to have triple threat all the time?
It's weird too, because
every time there's a good singles match, it's going to get ruined.
One of Vince's things is that he doesn't like WrestleMania main events being triple threat matches.
But yet he's going to anyway?
Yeah.
Nobody wants it. The majority of people want it to be one-on-one, from what I've read.
Yeah. Well, the vocal... The ones that are speaking.
Yes, and I don't mean WWE officials or anything like that. I just mean fans.
Yes.
The majority of us that have said anything want a one-on-one match. Becky versus Rousey. We missed it because of her injury at Survivor Series. Why can we not get it?
Yeah. And I don't disagree with you.
And technically, honestly, I think it should have happened this month. We don't need Ruby Riott in a damn match. She's not going to win.
Well, why do it at Elimination Chamber and not WrestleMania?
Well, just to make up for November. Becky would still have a title match.
Yeah.
But, or not, or wait till WrestleMania. That's fine. But leave it one-on-one.
Yeah.
We've seen enough Charlotte interfering in every damn thing wrestling there is. Every match that's a big, good match, here comes Charlotte to ruin it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying she ruins the match, by her ability, just by being in it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these multi-person main events that suck.
Like I said, I wouldn't have done it this way, but I don't hate it as much as I thought I would.
Somebody break Charlotte's face so she misses this match. I'm not saying injure her permanently, just enough to keep her out for that week.
Yeah, so, well,
have to give Nia $100.
I don't know. It's just, I wouldn't have done it this way, but leading up to it, and I mean, we all knew it was going to happen weeks beforehand.
Oh, I know.
And
still gets me hot though.
I hated it up until Monday when they actually did it, and I was like, well, this isn't that bad. I don't know. Maybe it's more acceptance.
I think that's what it is. I think you're more accepting of WWE and their ways than I am.
Yeah, but
this is. I mean,
if you think about it, the story does involve all three of them in a way,
but not really.
And
in a way, but not really. It does, but it doesn't.
I don't know. I'm just silver lining. Just trying to find a reason to still be it's gonna be fun, and we'll be there, and it'll be.
I mean, because we're gonna be there, it'll be fun. But I still want part of my money back because I didn't get the match I wanted. I should have had.
Even though we bought the tickets before.
I know.
People announced.
But I mean, come on. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets a title match. It does not say it's going to be a triple threat or anything else.
Yeah.
And it's a one-on-one match. Have you ever seen a Royal Rumble winner go in a triple threat title match at the WrestleMania for their spot?
I think there have been times.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. You would know.
Benoit's was a triple threat. Because Benoit won the Rumble.
Who?
Yeah,
exactly. Who is that?
Exactly. In 2004, Benoit won the Rumble, and it was him versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Well, different era, though. I'm talking about recent, last 3-4 years.
Well, you're kind of
5 years. 6 years.
You're kind of giving me a short period of time to work.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I went back far enough, I could find something.
That's not that long ago. It's
15 years.
I feel like the one Ray won was a triple threat too, but I can't remember.
I don't remember.
For sure. I know he beat Orton, but I can't remember if that was a singles match or not.
I can't remember. But I mean, if you win the Royal Rumble, you should have a one-on-one match, and I bet that's what the contract says. I'd like to read one of their contracts, see if it actually says anything.
They probably don't have any.
Well, like the ones they sign, it has writing in them. I actually want to read them.
It probably just has their lines.
It's probably their script. And they're not signing a contract, they're signing the acceptance that they've read and understand what to say.
Yeah, the terms and service agreements.
Yeah. The crap that everybody else skips over and hits accept.
Okay, well, yeah, this is okay.
You're going to do this move, and then Charlotte's going to do this move and win. Okay, I'll sign off. I don't know. I don't like how they did it. I'm tired of all the good matches being ruined by either extra people being put in the match or outside interference.
Yeah.
My two biggest drawbacks to wrestling.
I'll give you it, but I'll just say that I don't think it's as bad as
makes me want to get an air horn next. So when Charlotte comes out, I'm going to squeeze the air horn.
And she opened SmackDown, and I guess we'll roll into that.
Might as well. But how she opened it, though, I like how they did it.
Yeah. Because
they just replayed the segment from Monday night.
Yeah.
And then when Vince introduced her, here she comes.
Yep.
I thought that was a good way.
Yeah, that was... I forgot about that. That was strung together nicely.
Yeah, I mean, I like how they did that.
And her promo here, being heel Charlotte, I loved seeing that.
I don't know. It being Charlotte, I hit fast forward.
Oh my god. It was such
It ticked me off.
Such a good heel promo.
She always does good heel promos.
Yeah, but we haven't seen them in so long.
But I've seen them. I have yet to see a one-on-one main event match with Becky and Rousey.
But the best part is that she is a heat magnet now. Like, this crowd hated her.
Oh, yeah. And I can't blame them, because I do too.
Which is good.
For that, the way they feel, maybe. The way I feel, oh no, it's not good. Don't let me see her out in public.
See, now you're going too far.
I'd have to, follow her and, get some shaving cream, spray it on her car. Little stuff. Becky rules.
Tilt her mirror slightly to the left.
That would be awesome. Change her radio station to AM.
Yeah, so that was basically it. She just cut her promo and left.
Which is fine. Yes, I'm biased.
They did the same tag team thing they did on Raw.
No, don't tell me SmackDown copy-pasted Raw.
In the same spots.
Yeah, first match.
First match after the first promo.
Yep.
And so this time it was all the women that will be in the Elimination Chamber match.
But this kind of surprised me with who won.
Yeah, so it starts off with the Iconics in the ring, one of them. Then she immediately tags out.
Yeah,
and then they stand on the apron the whole match.
And if you notice, they didn't stand, one on this side of the ring post, one on this side. They were both on the same side. Did you notice that?
I didn't.
Yeah, they were both on the same side for some of it.
Yeah, so eventually Naomi pins Mandy Rose with the split leg moonsault.
And this after Rose tried to tag the Iconics, and the Iconics just jumped off the apron.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? I'm not going to lose and go in last.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going first.
I mean, like I said, I would have just left.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. You could have, but this way you don't get yelled at for leaving.
Yeah. So Naomi gets the win. So, more importantly, Mandy gets the loss. So Mandy and Sonya will start the match.
Yeah.
With Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, out of all 6 teams in this chamber match, there's only a couple that I could even see winning.
Yeah.
And that would be Banks and Bayley.
Yeah.
Rose and DeVille.
Maybe.
And that's pushing it.
Yeah.
And Nia and Tamina.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Naomi and Carmella. They're both faces, but they're both fun characters.
Yep.
But they're not a team.
Right.
And the Iconics, well, come on, they're the Iconics.
What's the other one? The other Raw one?
Logan and Morgan.
They won.
I mean, not that they're not a team, because they are, but they don't have the oomph behind them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a good mid-card team, but that's the best they're going to be right now.
Yeah. I mean, the Riot Squad altogether haven't been...
They've gone downhill.
Treated well enough to think that they're going to win here.
They've gone downhill, though, ever since the split of, Absolution when the faction part went away.
Yeah.
And then Ruby was gone for a bit due to injury. That kind of messed things up. I think it was Ruby.
Yeah, it was.
And things kind of slowed down, and she came back, but nothing's happened really since.
Yeah, they lose. That's
religiously.
Really all that happens. The Iconics attack Naomi and Carmella after the match, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to give them credit. They had to get something in the match.
Yeah.
They had to throw one punch or kick just to be qualified for it being counted in that match.
Yeah. So there was a cool little Mustafa Ali pre-tape promo.
Yeah.
Says that his body gave up on him before his heart did.
Yeah.
Which is a nice line. And
it sounds like something we've heard before from Rey Mysterio or something like that.
Yeah. Probably.
I'm not saying we have. It just sounds like something we'd hear before.
And, he promises he'll be back, and he'll fight to get back to this position.
And I'm sure he will. I honestly don't think he should have been in this match anyway. He just doesn't have enough, I'm going to say, experience on the main card.
Okay. Well, I mean, in a match like that where there's 6 people.
But look at the 6 people compared to him and their experiences in the main roster.
Well, that's part of it, though, is that you want to have a mix so that...
Oh, then where's the others that don't have the main roster experience? Have two or three of them?
Why? That was if I were doing it, I would have had him and Andrade in there.
I agree. Andrade should be, not necessarily because of the experience, although he does have more than Ali. Mm-hmm. But he's got a better record.
Yeah.
And come on, the matches he put on with Bryan.
Andrade
not Bryan. Ray was just incredible.
Yeah, but you'd be forgetting the first half a year where he lost. Won nothing.
But he's got the months of experience more than Ali on the main roster.
Yeah. I thought it was a good spot for Ali.
I was fine with it. I'm not upset that he was in it.
Yeah.
I'm not upset that he's out of it. I was just okay with it.
Right.
I'm not going to say I was rooting for him, but I wasn't rooting against him.
Okay. We had McMiz TV.
McMiz TV. Man, that's so crazy. You have no idea. McMiz.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for McDonald's to come out with
McMiz Happy Meal character.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should email WWE about that. See if we can get some in the process.
I'm sure McDonald's has to be one of their sponsors. Right?
And the Happy Meal box can unfold into a ring.
Yeah.
When you get the complete set, you get chairs and microphones and tag belts with them.
Yeah. So the guests on this McMiz TV are the Usos, and
which is their opponent for Sunday.
Yeah. This promo was essentially pointing out how the Usos are a tag team and Miz and Shane aren't.
And it's got a point.
And the one of the Usos said that it's disrespectful for Miz and Shane to call themselves the best tag team in the world.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree.
And one of the Usos rips the mic out of Miz's hands. And then the other one does the when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Yeah, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
No pun intended to Miz.
And so it ends with Shane saying that they'll see him on Sunday, and then the Usos hit some stereo super kicks and they leave.
But, they did kind of turn like they were going to leave and then kicked them.
Yeah.
Which was cool because I thought that was the end of the segment, so I clicked my fast forward button for 10 seconds and the replay started. I was like, what the hell happened? So I had to go back and watch it.
So, I guess it'll be a good spot to mention here that what we just found out not long before recording this.
Oh, yeah, just a couple hours ago.
That TMZ reported that Jimmy Uso had been arrested for Naomi. Naomi and him were driving. And Naomi got pulled over for driving the wrong way on a one-way street, I think was what it said.
Yes.
And so as Naomi is talking to the cop, Jimmy Uso gets out of the car and takes his shirt off and squares up to the cop, apparently.
Yeah, and the cop pulled his taser.
Yeah, and after that, Jimmy complied and was arrested.
And then bonded.
Yeah, so.
Which I'm sure, of course, Naomi bonded him out.
Yeah. So, I'm going to assume that this match is still going to happen.
Well, it wasn't anything violent or anything like that. I can't see WWE doing anything against him because of it. There was no violence towards anybody.
Well, I don't feel like this is I don't know this for sure, but is this the first time that the Usos that one of them has been arrested?
I don't know. I vaguely remember I thought another issue with an Uso.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one or even what for.
Yeah.
But still, with this one, and there was nothing violent. It's not like it was battery or, he hit Naomi or something.
Yeah.
He was just stupid.
Yes.
And got out the car when he shouldn't have and acted up.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would punish him for that. He's going to get a fine anyway.
Yeah.
From the state. I don't see why WWE would even worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason.
Well, the good thing is that everyone in that situation ended up being okay because we've seen several situations similar to that where the cop decides that his life is in jeopardy and pulls out his gun and shoots him.
Even before you get out the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, got lucky on that one. But, obviously, I guess when you're drunk, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't drink.
Yeah, you're just stupid enough already.
Exactly. I don't need some alcohol to do it for me.
Yeah, so we'll see. If they're in the match, I would assume that they're not going to win. And even if they were planned to win at this point, they probably...
I mean, if they were planned to win, then this may have changed that.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't think they were planned to win anyway.
Either.
It's the first match that McMiz has had.
Yeah.
So I can't see him losing the first match unless they're trying to be like Sasha Banks.
And I'm sure they're going to lose before Mania.
Or at Mania.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Oh, come on now. You know, Mania's coming up. It's going to be like a triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles.
Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon loves his tag teams. He doesn't want to give us what we want.
Well, he's got to get everyone on the card is the problem.
No, you don't. You don't have to get everybody on the card.
Well, you don't have to, but he does.
Well, here's what he can do. Utilize his pre-show better. 2 matches in 2 hours is pathetic. No one cares about 3 hours of promos.
Yeah.
You know, divide that time into 2 other matches.
Yeah, if the pre-show was only wrestling.
Or even the main event. All the video packages they show and everything adds up to like an hour every show.
Yeah.
Every WrestleMania because it's such a big show.
Yeah.
Cut that down. You could have a match or 2. You could have 2 tag matches and there's 8 other people getting on TV.
Yeah. Well, the rest of this show was dedicated to this gauntlet match.
Yeah, so, I mean, technically it was only 2 matches, but then again it was like 6.
Yeah. So, since Mustafa Ali is out, for whatever reason, the verdict was that we'll let New Day choose a member
of the New Day.
Yeah. So, they ended up choosing Kofi.
Which I think is because Kofi's the closest to Ali's weight class. Kind of like boxing.
Yeah.
You know, he's a high flyer like Ali. He's a lot similar to Ali.
Yeah, he can fill the same role.
Yeah. And he's got the high flying down, so it's the same person, just different.
Yeah, and it fits New Day's motive because what Xavier and Big E always say is that their goal is to have Kofi be WWE champion at some point.
And, I mean, I've been watching Kofi since he debuted.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him win the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's for a week. Just so I can say that I saw Kofi hold the title.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I'd like him to keep it for a little bit.
Yeah. It's tough because he's not a typical quote-unquote top guy.
No, he's not, unfortunately.
He's
a tag team genius.
Yeah.
And a Royal Rumble god.
Yeah. And he's not going to have the body that Vince wants.
Exactly.
Because as we've talked about before, he has no torso.
He has, like, no pecs, man. I mean, he looks like... His torso looks like a 2x4 with a couple knots on it.
Yeah.
I mean... But it works for him. It's worked this long.
Yes.
But, I mean, you never know. Maybe Vince is getting to the point. Maybe they talk and go, hey, I'm running out of time here. I'd like to win the championship once.
Yeah.
Can we do something?
Well, he can win it once. I'm not saying that won't happen, but it won't be long, I don't think.
And that'd be fine. I just want to be able to say in my lifetime of watching Kofi Kingston, I saw him be champion.
Yeah. I remember, like, he debuted around the time that I was first watching wrestling.
About what, like 10, 12 years ago?
Yeah, like 06, 07.
Something like that.
But he debuted on WWE's ECW.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he was there for that long, but he mostly just had jobber matches, and he was the Jamaican and all that.
Because when he moved over, he was West African.
Well, after a while, because for a while, for like a couple years on Raw, he was still the Jamaican gimmick.
Yeah.
But then eventually they just dropped the accent. Well, which if you hear Kofi tell the story of how that happened, it's kind of funny because what ended up happening was, like, he always in any interview he did, he protected that he was Jamaican.
Yeah, he did the accent.
And he kept kayfabe with it.
Yeah.
But like a reporter like found like his mom and interviewed her. And she kind of spilt the beans there and said that he's not Jamaican.
Because I remember they used to introduce him from like West Ghana, Africa, or something like that.
Yep.
And he had the accent. And after that, he got caught not using it.
Yeah.
So they had to change up everything.
Yeah. It was after, as Kofi says, like some point after that interview, Kofi told Vince that about what happens, and not long after, Vince just said, "Well, you can just drop the accent now."
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we made fun of him for a while after that. You know, where's your accent? Blah blah blah. But you know,
yeah, it was
same thing.
It was Triple H who just said, "Didn't you used to be Jamaican or something?"
Yeah, but like Lana with her Russian accent.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you've ever watched Total Divas, which I know you haven't, she has no Russian accent. Yeah. She is like more Kentucky than anything.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes she has the Russian accent and sometimes
she
doesn't.
Yeah, it's like certain words that she says has it.
Yeah.
And it's like, make up your mind. You're on TV. Quit looking so stupid.
But, yeah, the gauntlet match, and this was reminiscent of last year when they did this on Raw.
With Rollins.
Yeah, where Rollins got the...
65 minutes.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just said it on Raw.
Where he beats Roman Reigns and John Cena.
Yeah.
And they did this with Kofi this time.
Kind of weird being Kofi.
And he started with Daniel Bryan. And the match with Daniel Bryan in itself lasted over 30 minutes.
Oh my god, it was like a hell of a match.
Yeah.
I'd say that match between those two would be the match of the past 6 months.
It was a very good technical wrestling.
Exactly, it was technical.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard hitting. I mean, there was hard hits, but it wasn't like Braun Strowman.
Yeah, and that's Bryan's MO, really. It's what he does.
He's technical. Yeah, he's a technical wrestler all the way. Kofi is both, I think. He can do the hard hitting if he needs to, but he's more of a technical high flyer.
Right. And so Rowan tries to interfere in this match like twice, but eventually the ref throws everyone from ringside out.
Well, come on now. Tell the people at home the right order.
Well, he threw Big E and Woods out first.
For attacking Rowan after Rowan pulled Kofi out of the ring.
And then Rowan attacked Kofi after that.
And threw him into the timekeeper's area and walked away.
And then the ref turned around like, wait, Kofi was just there, and now he's over there.
And the only person leaving the scene of the crime is Eric Rowan.
What could have happened?
I'm sorry, it's not Eric Rowan, it's just Rowan.
Rowan.
I forgot we're cutting down names here.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Rowe and Bry.
Yeah.
So now all three of them are ejected, and it's now a legit match.
Yeah.
And I thought, even though it was that little interference, it didn't affect the match.
Right.
Not at all. But I'm glad they stopped it before it did.
Yeah. So, the finish of this is Bryan sets up for his running knee, but Kofi counters that right into a Trouble in Paradise.
Yes. For the win.
Yeah, he pins Daniel Bryan.
1, 2, 3.
Clean, no roll-up, no interference.
Well, not right at that moment.
Well, yeah, but even then, Kofi didn't have any interference on his...
No. Kofi usually don't.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Throw pancakes at you? We might get pancakes.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Would you eat them out of Big E's singlet?
Oh, hell no. But I'd put them on eBay. Crusty crotch pancake.
As soon as we see Big E coming to the ring with pancakes,
I'm getting my rubber gloves out. I don't know where that's been. Pancake can be anywhere.
People eat them too.
I know, it's gross. It's so nasty.
Oh my goodness. The amount of wasted cost they have on pancakes.
Well, come on. As many pancakes as they waste is what, a 98-cent box?
Yeah, but that's 98 cents every show, live events.
But do they do it at live events?
I would imagine they do.
I wouldn't think they would because it's not on TV.
I feel like you'd be disappointing the crowd if they're out there chanting, "We want pancakes," and there's no pancakes.
Well, then they should go to a live TV event.
Well,
a television event.
Now you're discouraging people from going to the live events. Way to go.
Well, go to the live event. You're not. Hey, if I don't get the match I want, you don't get the pancakes you want. I mean, I guess I could see both. They could waste the money and do pancakes at the non-televised event.
I'm just being facetious anyway. It's not.
It's so egregious.
I mean, the real trouble would just be making them.
Well, that's what what's his name's for, Mr. Buttersworth or whatever. Bootiesworth. Mr. Bootiesworth. That's what he's for. Is make all pancakes.
Is he still employed somewhere back there?
I don't know. I haven't seen him for a while.
Well, actually, yeah, he is. I just remembered that it was Mick Foley's son, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he is still back there.
Yes, and it's weird because he's a writer.
Yeah.
It's weird for him to be on screen as a writer. That's just...
Is he a writer or like a writer's assistant or
whatever?
Well,
I thought he got promoted. Maybe not. I'd have to watch Foley.
Yeah.
Because that's where you learn that he gets the job and what job it is.
That show kind of sucked.
Yes, it did, but it was still fun. I mean, it's WWE. It's Mick Foley, and I mean, come on now. His family's crazy. But will we ever see Noel in WWE?
It was just reality TV.
Yeah, it was non-reality TV because it was nothing reality about it.
Yeah, just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after Bryan gets eliminated, it was Hardy out next, who Kofi eventually beats with the SOS.
Good match, but it was quick.
Yeah, that one wasn't as long.
They spent too much time on the Bryan match to really do anything of substance with the others.
Yeah, and there's only so much time they have.
And I mean, they only had an hour and a half of TV time.
Yeah.
And when this match started, there was an hour.
Yeah.
About 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And Samoa Joe is after this. And Samoa Joe just beats the hell out of Kofi for a sustained period of time.
Yeah.
Until he eventually starts to lock in the Coquina Clutch. But Kofi, being resourceful, climbed the turnbuckle and flipped over Joe to pin him.
But if you notice, he didn't just pin him, but when he flipped over, he actually closed his arms on Joe so he couldn't raise his shoulders.
Okay.
Because, we've seen that before with Joe.
Yeah.
And he just instantly let go. Well, Kofi had his arms locked.
Okay. Yeah. And so that gets the surprise pin, and Joe gets eliminated.
And I was surprised.
Yeah. And then Joe, pissed off, beats down Kofi, does the Uranagi thing. Except he did like the Uranagi, but he like threw him over, and it was a different way of doing it, and it looked more brutal. And then he put the clutch on the outside of the ring until AJ Styles runs out and kicks Joe off.
I mean, Kofi was out. The apron. He was out cold.
Yes. And so this was my favorite part of this match, though.
I think I know which one it is.
With AJ and Kofi. Because before the match starts, Kofi, like, there is question of if he's going to continue.
Yeah.
And, he gets in the ring, and AJ is like, you can tell by reading his face that he doesn't want to have this match.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to be involved in it because of the way Kofi just got beat down.
Yeah, he doesn't feel right about it.
And, I mean, he kept asking him, too.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this. Are you sure you want to? You don't have to. You're in the match.
Yeah.
Which I guess I'll put it out there on the air. I didn't realize Kofi was in the Elimination Chamber match. I thought he had to win this to be in the match.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't realize before this moment that he was already in. I thought that's why he was fighting so hard, was to get in it.
Yeah, and so he goes over to Kofi in the corner and he says, "You don't have to do this." And Kofi gets all fired up and yells back at AJ, "I've waited too long for this."
It's been 11 years.
Yeah, he said it's been 11 years. And he pushes AJ, and he pushes him until AJ gets pissed off enough where he punches him in the face.
Yeah.
And so now AJ's like, well, you gave me no choice.
Well, you want it, here you go.
And, they have AJ mostly just beats the hell out of Kofi, and he targets the knee.
That kick to the knee?
Yeah.
That spun Kofi around and dropped him?
Mm-hmm.
That was just sick looking.
Yeah, and the spot of this match, though, was where AJ does the backbreaker.
Oh, yeah, and flips him over.
I've never seen a backbreaker done like this, where Kofi is, like, literally bent in half.
Yeah.
Like, normally, you drop them onto the knee, and then they immediately roll off. But Kofi, like, went over his knee and then bent until his head was hitting the ground.
And flips over.
Yeah.
It was just totally, yeah.
That's some supreme athleticism for Kofi to be able to do that.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised, because look who we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to athleticism, pound for pound, Kofi's the best.
I'm convinced that he does not actually have a spine. And that's how he was able to bend this much.
Well, that could be. Maybe he's just, contortionist or something.
So Kofi goes for the SOS, but AJ counters it into the calf crusher after he had worked over the knee for a lot of this match.
Yep.
And Kofi tries to get to the ropes.
He did. He tried.
But AJ just cinches it in so deep that Kofi has no choice but to tap out.
And it was kind of weird, because as soon as he tapped out, New Day ran down.
Yeah, New Day ran down and helped him to
And I get that, that's fine, but I thought they were running down to attack. Because of the way, they just, all of a sudden, they were gone. Now they're running back down to Kofi's aid, maybe to attack Styles.
Yeah, I took it as, I never thought that, but what I thought of it was, well, they were banned from ringside, so now Kofi's out of the match, so they can run back down.
Yeah, it's cool teamwork, cool,
And, as Kofi gets carried out, the crowd gives him a well-earned standing ovation.
Very well-earned.
And I would imagine when he got to Gorilla that he got another standing ovation.
Oh, he got a big old hug from Vince McMahon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But now, you gotta look, though, after this match, there's like 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Literally, like 30 seconds before our Randy Orton's introduced.
Yeah, so Randy Orton's music hits, and as soon as it took forever for him to enter, and the zoomed-in shot of AJ Styles, you knew where this was going.
Yeah.
If you've watched this for long enough.
Yeah.
Randy Orton comes in either from the crowd or under the ring.
Yeah, it never says it, just he appears.
If he was under the ring, I feel bad for him because he had to have been under there for like an hour.
Well, probably longer than that, depending if he was there before the show started.
Well, I think what they normally do is before the match. They get him down there.
It seems kind of stupid, especially if you're in the audience. So, here comes Randy Orton. He's going under the ring.
Well, I've seen it happen before. Like, they'll do things like turn the lights off and like.
Oh, okay.
Like they could turn the lights off in the arena, but have something playing on the Tron so that your attention is focused there.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never experienced that, so.
Yeah, the one I went to, it was the New Day and the Vaudevillains came from underneath the ring.
Oh, wow.
And that was when New Day did the Time Machine, and Kofi came out as 2008 Kofi.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
You were there, huh?
I was there for that one.
Nice.
Yeah, so Orton comes out and he RKO's AJ from out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3.
So Orton will enter the chamber last.
Yes. And commentary had no time to even talk about or sell the pay-per-view because there was no time.
I don't even think they announced him as the winner before it cut off.
As soon as Orton got the pin, like the graphic was already on the screen.
Yeah. Now, what I want to know is this going to be the order that they start the chamber match? Where it's going to be like Bryan and Hardy first, and then Joe, then Styles, then Kofi, then Orton.
No, it'll be two separate things, I think.
To me, this seems like it'd be a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Put Daniel Bryan in. He's supposed to be the best. He should be able to enter first and last.
Yeah, they can do that.
That's why we need to be creative, man. We can come up with some good stuff.
Alright, you want to do some predictions?
Yeah, let's do some predictions.
We've gotten through this in record time.
Yeah, are we under an hour?
An hour and 13.
Holy crap. That's like 45 minutes early.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay, though.
We'll run through predictions and get up out of here, though. We have the Women's Tag Team Elimination Chamber. The winner will get the quote-unquote first ever, but not really first ever, Women's Tag Team titles.
I have to say Banks and Bayley, just because of the way the past couple weeks have gone.
Yeah. I am going to say, like, one of my predictions for this match, like, I'm imagining that this match is going to be more of a clusterfuck than people are realizing.
Oh, I'm sure. When
you put 12 people in that chamber...
And there's nowhere to go.
That's a tough match to orchestrate and put together.
Is it just going to be one ref? I think there should be two.
Yeah, I mean, there could be two pins going on at once.
Yeah, it's on opposite sides on the grate. So, I mean, they really need two refs in this match. They really do.
Yeah, that will only be one problem.
Yeah, but I mean, and like we talked about before we went on the air, is it going to be the whole team at one time, or one person for each team at a time?
I'm imagining that it will be to be eliminated, both members of the team have to be pinned. Just because
I don't know. Because so we're a tag team. I get pinned. I have to leave, but you're still in it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of...
But they do it both ways in different matches.
I mean, they go back and forth so much you don't know.
Like, they'll do, like, the Battle Royal, and sometimes it'll be when one member of your team gets eliminated, you both have to leave.
Otherwise, it's just
one.
one.
And then other times, you have to eliminate both. So, but being the Elimination Chamber, I would think you have to pin everyone.
I don't know. I think it's just going to be a surprise for us.
Yeah. I don't know if anything has even been said about that.
I haven't seen anything.
Or if anyone's thought about it.
And that's true. Maybe no one's thought about it like that.
But I'm also going to pick Sasha and Bayley. Just I can't see anyone else winning.
No, I mean, the only other actual teams are Tamina and Nia and the Iconics.
And so... It's all heels other than Bayley and Sasha and Naomi and Carmella.
And Naomi and Carmella just aren't a team.
Yeah, and my envision for this is that you want the first champions to be faces.
Yeah, you want to.
And it's not going to be Naomi and Carmella.
Now, I could see maybe it coming down to Naomi and Carmella and Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I really don't think it'll be like that, but you never know.
Yeah, so... We agree with that one. Then we have
But we should know that Sasha and Bayley go in first.
Yes. And they'll do the whole underdog story, and I think they'll end up...
So does that mean Bayley's going to start the match first, and then after everybody's gone through, the last person in will be Sasha?
No, they start together.
Okay.
Because each pod is holding each team.
That we know of, they start together.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
I don't see how they do it differently.
Well, that's easy. I mean, the light comes on, stops somewhere, one person starts the match, the other one stays in the pod until the next time the light hits them.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
But there's not enough pods. There's only 4 pods.
No, you both stand in the same pod.
No, but what I'm... If
I
Sasha and Bayley are starting...
Well, that's why I told you they'd have to add an extra 2 pods. I told you the other day that they'd have to add 2 pods if they did it like that. And I don't think they could.
No. McMiz against the Usos.
I've got to go for the Happy Meal twins.
Yeah, same.
I mean, they just won.
I mean, especially after the arrest, I would have thought that they're going to win anyway, but even if the Usos were going to win at this point, I don't...
The arrest aside, I mean, they just became champions.
Yeah.
All the crap that went into getting them to be champions, they're not going to lose it on the first defense.
No.
They're not Sasha.
I think they could end up losing it at Fastlane, and then
Fastlane, I could see him even holding on to it till Mania.
Yeah,
just because it's a big show, and he's a McMahon.
We have Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, which is for some reason a match on this show.
I actually chose Corbin.
Yeah, like by DQ or something.
Didn't say. You just told me to choose a winner.
Well, yeah,
I chose Corbin.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stick with Braun
because every time I choose Strowman to go over Corbin, I lose.
Well,
now that I choose Corbin, I'm going to lose.
Well, the last time was when Strowman was injured and they had this match, and Strowman won to relieve Corbin of his general manager duties.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know why this is a match.
I really don't either. I think it's just another way to waste time instead of putting a real match on TV.
Yeah, so... After this, we have Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush against Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title.
I'm going Balor. I'm thinking he's going to pin Rush. or they're going to get disqualified.
Okay.
Because I could see, Bobby getting ready to be pinned, and then Rush coming in with a chair or something for the DQ, and they keep the title. Balor wins,
and then Balor would win in that situation.
Balor would win, but he wouldn't get the title.
Okay. I'm gonna say Lashley retains.
Well, that's what I just said. He retained.
Well,
just a different way.
I'm gonna say Lashley wins the match. And the numbers somehow get the better of
numbers
Balor.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we disagree on two so far.
I mean, we talked about it. It could go either way.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey against Ruby Riott.
I'm going Ruby all the way to lose.
Yeah, we don't even have to talk about this one. Ronda Rousey is winning.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's too much at stake at WrestleMania. I don't even know why she even has a match until then.
Yeah.
Because we all know she's not going to lose the title until then.
Yeah.
If it then. Depends if she pulls a Lesnar.
We have the Cruiserweight title match, which neither of us watched 205 Live, so we have no idea what's going on.
That's why I'm choosing Buddy Murphy, because every time I choose him, he wins.
Buddy Murphy defending against Akira Tozawa. I'm going to say...
Unless they're going to call him up soon. He may drop it. But
I don't think so.
That may not be till after WrestleMania with the shake-up.
Most of the people on 205 Live, I don't think, are meant to be called up.
Oh, really?
Like, they did it with Ali, but...
Well, yeah, so why not do it with other people?
I don't think that's their intention.
Or they're just going to do it sparingly.
Yeah.
if they needed a cruiserweight.
That's how I envision it.
I can see that. It's like the cruiserweight NXT.
Yeah. I think Murphy wins just because with how close we are to Mania, that it wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to drop it here.
Well,
you'd rather him drop it at Mania
anywhere. Depending on... I don't watch 205, so I don't know how they do things. But, he could lose it here, go for his rematch at Fastlane, and then find a way to have another title match and win it back at Mania.
Yeah, you could.
On the pre-show.
Yeah, we'll see if this one gets on the main card.
Oh, I doubt
Probably not.
I doubt it.
The last one, the men's Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe versus Kofi Kingston.
I'm choosing Bryan.
Yeah.
I just can't... With everything they've done and just changing the belt, I can't see him dropping it already.
Yeah. I am also going with a Bryan retention. And I'll throw in these last two bonus questions.
Well, I hope so. You made me guess at them.
For the two chamber matches, who will be the final two teams? And if it's single elimination, then the two final representatives for each team.
So not the two final teams out of the chamber, but just the last two in the match.
Yes.
I chose... of course, I'm not choosing who, because if it's singles, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
you just choose the
teams of Tamina and Nia versus Bayley and Banks.
You went the same way I did.
Really?
Yeah. I
didn't think... Because I told you earlier, I figured they'd come down to one from SmackDown, one from Raw.
Yeah, I'm thinking it will come down... I think it'll go one of two ways, that it will either be... Sasha is still in the match fighting at that point, and she has the injury, and you do that. Or you do it as Bayley fighting for Sasha, and it ends up being her against, Nia, and she has to somehow find a way to win.
I hope they don't play this injury crap at the show, at pay-per-view.
Why not?
Because I'm tired of seeing it. You can only see it so many times before it gets old. We saw it this past Monday. We saw it last Monday. Well, now we have to see it at a pay-per-view where she's going to ruin a match? Oh, my shoulder hurts.
Well, she's not going to be out of the match. She's just going to be in it injured, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, if she's going to do something, great.
Yeah.
But you can't just... Even if she just stands there, you can't just stand there.
I'm saying that I think that she'll be eliminated because someone takes her out because of her injury.
Okay. Then that I could see.
Yeah.
I thought you meant she was just going to be there, on the outside
I don't think she's just going to get taken out by the medical staff.
But that would be a good way for her to start the match, is her to lose. That way she's out of the match.
Yeah. I'm hoping we'll disagree on this one. Who will be the final two
I'm sure we're going to disagree.
In the WWE Championship Elimination
I don't think you're going to see it my way. I put Kofi and Bryan.
That's the same thing I did.
No, you did.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because I think they set up Kofi to be in a similar way the underdog of this match. So I think they're going to have Kofi have a good run up until he faces Bryan, and then Bryan eventually puts him away.
And I actually see Kofi either at or before WrestleMania being champion.
Really?
I'd like to see Kofi and Bryan for the title at WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania. I mean, we've talked about it. Like, I have no idea what they're going to do with Bryan.
Because
it's very wide open.
Because Rollins is going after Lesnar for the Royal Rumble winner. So that leaves Daniel Bryan open on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And why not? Kofi just proved himself on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And that gives him time a couple months to get it going to set it up for a singles match. Or a triple threat knowing WWE.
I'm not against it.
Let's just make it a battle royal for the title. Screw it. In a cage.
I'm not against the Kofi versus Bryan idea.
But I want Kofi to win it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just want him to win once. In his career, I want him to have that belt once.
Yeah.
He can pull a Sasha and lose it the next night on Raw.
Yeah. So, those are our predictions. We disagreed on...
what, just 2?
Yeah, just 2.
Not bad. 2 out of 9.
You have Finn and I have Lashley, and then you have Corbin and I have Strowman.
Yeah.
So, those are the 2 matches we'll see who wins.
Hey, that's not bad. 7 out of 9.
But, I guess that's about all we have to talk about here.
Yeah, I didn't see much online. I didn't really look for rumors, case side or anything.
Well, the one thing I saw is that there might not be any title changes.
I did read there won't be any title changes at Fastlane.
Yeah.
Or at the
Elimination
Chamber.
Yeah, which I kind of expected.
Yeah, it's just one of those pay-per-views that's in between the
Rumble
big shows.
And Mania, yeah.
So it really doesn't matter. Let's see what Cage Side Seats has to report for the people at home.
Well, they don't report anything. They just gather things that are...
Yeah, they gather what's reported. The women's tag titles will appear on both SmackDown and Raw, but not every week. Which I guess you can't expect them to wrestle tag matches Monday and Tuesday and championship matches.
They shouldn't. It should just be the pay-per-views where they face off against each other.
Now, we all know that Rousey's contract is set to expire, after Mania?
Yeah, but not this year.
No, not this year. It's said here that she will join Sonya Deville as new cast members of next season on Total Divas.
Really? She'll be on that?
That's what it says. And that's because the Bellas and Paige are actually leaving Total Divas.
I did see that Rusev and Lana are being pulled, too.
I don't have anything on that. It says
I saw that earlier in the week.
Because the Divas or the Bellas have Total Bellas, so they don't need Total Divas.
Why not? They just need to be everywhere.
You would think, because most of the Total Divas is spent on them. And I understand Paige because she's not active anymore. I know she's still employed, but she's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't see anything about Rusev or Lana, but that's okay if they leave. It wasn't anything major.
Oh, I thought they were like the best.
They were fun to watch sometimes. Yeah. Especially like Lana, but she's too damn dramatic. She's too dramatic.
But Rusev was made for television.
Yes, Rusev was great. Rusev was awesome on it, but I can go without seeing Lana on there.
Okay.
It's just her. If you watched it, you realize that you lose some smarts watching her.
Yeah.
Your brain cells just die. And I don't know if it's because it's just reality TV and it's supposed to be that stupid.
Yeah.
Or if she really is that complacent and blonde.
Well, that's how I feel just listening to the commercials and hearing Nikki Bella say anything.
Okay. That's cool if they want to leave. But if they're losing Paige and the Bellas, and they're only bringing in Rousey and Deville, that raises a couple questions for me. One, who's going to be the third person to come in? If they're taking 3, they should bring in 3.
And Ronda counts as 2 people.
And 2, are they going to have Rousey and Deville together all the time like the Bellas are? Because, they're both MMA. I'm sure they're friends. outside of wrestling or the MMA.
I don't know.
So
that's a mighty assumption.
I know I'm assuming, but I can do that. It's my show too. I don't know. It just makes me wonder. I'll report it when it comes time. I mean, there's still weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks before it comes back.
Yeah.
I don't think it comes back until probably May.
Somehow you always find a way to fit Total Divas into our damn show.
Hey, if it wasn't for that right there, I wouldn't have this week.
You were just waiting on it.
No, actually, I didn't have anything planned. I was going to say something about Total Divas, or about Total Bellas, but I couldn't remember what it was. I didn't write it down, so I couldn't remember.
Okay, well.
Don't worry, I'll plug it for sure next week.
Well, that's all we have time for.
Catch Total Divas on Sunday.
If anyone would be so kind to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes.
Or 4-star, or 3-star, any review.
All of the stars.
Preferably all, yes.
But
we're desperate. Or at least I am. I need your affectionate stars.
Let us hear from you. Subscribe to us on whatever platform it is you use.
I mean, you would know this before now, but he didn't tell you it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Again.
I forget every week.
Every week.
But not like it matters anyway.
No, but maybe next week I'll write it on my notes to let you put that in there before we start.
Yeah. You need to start taking some responsibility too.
Hey, I take a lot of responsibility. I got lots of notes. Where's your backlog of notes?
They're on my computer.
Oh, you
here.
keep them?
No.
See? Where's your proof?
I erase all of my notes.
I've got mine handwritten on ink and paper with ink and paper. I got proof.
Yeah, because back when you was in school,
back in my day,
that's all you had was pen and paper.
Back in my day, I had to chisel my letters.
All right, sign us off. End this thing.
All right. Until next time, we will wrestle you later.